The great house at Collinwood in the year 1840. On this night, in the courtyard behind the Collinsport jail, Gerard Stiles has come to witness the final success of his plan to bring about the downfall of the Collins family. For Quentin and Desmond Collins are to be publicly beheaded.
Quentin, I wouldn't miss this thing for the world, as I'm sure you wouldn't had I been in your place. No.
You know, when I was born, I saw the light of the day. And when I die, I'm going to see the dark of night.
Judge Vale, I demand we get on with the
No!
execution.
Quentin and Desmond are innocent. There is the man who is guilty. Gerard Stiles.
Stop him!
Your Honor, I beg you to listen to me.
I
Just
intend
for a
to.
moment.
I intend to. I want you all to stay right where you are until this matter is explained. And Mr. Stiles, you must refrain from any further demonstrations.
She's insane, Your Honor.
That is for me to decide. Now, you have made a serious charge against this young man.
And I can prove it, Your Honor.
First of all, I want to know who you are.
My name is Valerie Collins.
She's my wife, Your Honor.
Oh, I see. Well, what proof have you brought with you?
During the trial, the prosecution mentioned a disembodied head belonging to Judah Zachary. Mr. Dawson said that this head possessed Quentin Collins.
Yes, I recall all that. What about it?
Your Honor, I found the head tonight. The head of Judah Zachary in the home of Charles Dawson.
You say you found this in Mr. Dawson's house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's Mr. Dawson now?
He is dead.
Dead?
You killed him.
Well, that'll be enough of that, Mr. Trask.
Mr. Trask is right. For once, I did kill him. He was holding me prisoner. There was a struggle. I hit him over the head, and he fell to the floor. I thought he was unconscious. But when I tried to revive him, I saw that he was dead. So then I searched his house, and I found the head.
Well, how did you come to be in Charles Dawson's house?
I was taken there by Gerard Stiles.
She's lying, Your Honor.
Your Your Honor, everything Mr. Dawson said was true, except that the head possessed Quentin Collins. The man the head possessed and still possesses is Gerard Stiles.
Well, now, Mrs. Collins, how do you know all this? I mean, we'll have to have more than your word in this matter.
Your Honor, I knew Judah Zachary for many years. I knew him intimately.
But Judah Zachary died in 1692.
I am aware of that. It was my testimony that sent him to his death.
Well, this is the most astonishing thing I've ever heard.
This is outrageous, Your Honor. The woman is telling us that she lived in the year 1692.
You know I did, Judah. And you know that you bewitched me. And I remained a witch until last night when you took away all the powers that you had given me.
I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. The woman is obviously deranged.
You must be aware, Your Honor, that it's significant that the head of Judah Zachary was found in the house of the prosecuting attorney.
How do we know where she found it? We only have her word.
Yes, she may have placed it there herself.
The point is well taken, Mr. Collins. But with Mr. Dawson dead, how can we be sure where the head was found?
Your Honor, I am prepared to swear under oath that everything I have said is true.
Even if you were to take an oath, Mrs. Collins, that wouldn't constitute proof.
But I have brought you the head of Judah Zachary.
How can we know with any certainty whom this head possesses, if indeed it possesses anyone?
Your Honor, I beg you to listen to me. These men are innocent. You must not kill
Judah!
them. Please listen.
Somebody get a doctor.
Judge Vale, look at the head.
I don't believe it.
We must believe what we've seen. It is not only Gerard Stiles who is dying, but also Judah Zachary. Now, we need no more proof than this.
Judah. Judah is dead. And I am free.
The possession is ended.
Quentin. I must see Quentin. Right, I'm right here. Forgive me, please. I wasn't myself. Forgive me.
It's all right, I understand. I forgive you. He's dead.
Are you convinced now, Judge Vale?
Yes. Yes, I'm convinced. Quentin and Desmond Collins are hereby released. Now we will go into my chambers and take care of the necessary legal department.
Your Honor, that woman is a self-claimed witch. Surely you're not going to release her. I demand that she be arrested.
Mr. Trask, I have not forgotten Mrs. Collins. There are many things she has to explain, and she will be placed under arrest until she does so.
Judge Vale, I would ask that you grant me time to have a short talk with my wife. Just for a few minutes alone. I will be responsible for her.
Very well, you may have 5 minutes, and then she is to be brought inside and turned over to the constable. Johnson, you wait here with her in the yard.
I don't know what to say, except thank you. But that hardly seems adequate considering what you've done.
You know why I did it.
Yes, I know why. And I'm deeply grateful to you. You must forgive me, Angelique. But you see, I didn't expect any of this to happen. And now that it has, well, I'm afraid that I can't think very clearly.
Perhaps it isn't the time to say anything, Barnabas. I did what I felt I had to do. The rest is up to you.
Well, our first concern is to get you out of this. I don't know how I will do it, but I promise you I will.
I'll wait to hear from you.
I can't believe it's finally over.
Well, it is. Now we gotta find Daphne. I'm sure Gerard's locked her in one of the rooms.
Oh, we better start looking.
Well, there's no use for you to do it. Barnabas and I can handle it. Why don't you go back and see about Letitia and Flora?
Bring Letitia. She'll be worried about that.
Check the east wing. I'll cover the rest of the house.
You're all right?
Gerard's dead.
Daphne? Daphne! I have come back, Catherine, as I promised I would 5 years ago.
Bramwell.
Catherine.
No. Oh, this is insane.
What is it? You're happy to see me.
Bramwell, I had...
What is it? For the love of heaven, tell me what's wrong.
You've been gone for 5 years. Did you expect me to stay the same?
I expected your love to say the same as mine did. You know what we mean to each other. That's why I came back. I came back to marry you.
No. No, you can't. I'm going to marry Morgan Collins. Morgan has asked me to marry him, and I have agreed.
Catherine, look at me. Look at me! You love me. Tell me that you love me.
No.
But it's impossible. You don't love Morgan. You love me as I love you. That's the way it should be. It's the way it always has been. You and I. Catherine and Bramwell. There's no other way.
I'm sorry, Bramwell.
I won't listen to you say you're sorry. I will not let you destroy both our lives.
There's no point in putting yourself into one of your vicious tempers.
I will show my temper when I see Morgan.
There's no reason for you to see Morgan.
I have every reason to see him. I would like to kill him.
You haven't changed. No one could ever talk to you when you were angry.
How did you expect me to react to what you just said?
I expected you to listen to me when I tried to explain.
All right, I'll listen.
When I made the decision to marry Morgan, it was a very difficult one. Oh, you know how I've always felt about you. How I still do feel. But I also know the kind of life I want. And I know that you and I could never find it together.
But you and Morgan will.
Yes.
You're telling yourself lies. We belong to each other.
No, we're too much alike. You and I would destroy one another. And we could never find the kind of stability I must have if I'm to be happy.
In other words, a poor Collins won't do. You must have a rich one.
That isn't fair.
And it's true. Yes, look at me and tell me that you love Morgan Collins.
I do love him.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you love him. Nor do I believe that he loves you. He only wants you because he doesn't want me to have you.
That's not true.
I know not only is it true, but it's been the story of my life at Collinwood. My father, Barnabas, he was driven to his grave by this family. And from that day on, they devoted themselves to making me and my mother miserable.
Oh, Justin Collins always loved you.
Yes, he was the one exception. But before he could give me my rightful place in the business, that accident happened to him. And from that day on, his two sons saw to it that I stayed the poor relation. Yes, Bramwell Collins must stay in his place. And that's why I left Collinwood. Now I return to find out that they have claimed you, too.
No one has claimed me. The decision was mine to make, and I made it.
This is the final insult. I suppose they rejoice when you said yes to Morgan.
Oh, I never expected you to be so bitter.
I will be much more bitter than this. I said 5 years ago to you that I would live to see the day that the Collins family came crawling to me. And now your decision reinforces my determination. I will break them, Catherine. I will break their backs, all of them.
But I won't.
You've taken my soul away from me. Because you are that, Catherine. Without you, I have no life. And neither will they.
Where's Valerie now?
She was ordered into custody. She's going to be questioned by the tribunal.
I still don't understand it all.
Neither do I. What I really don't understand, I can't believe that Valerie was telling the truth. About herself, I mean.
Well, you said the judge believed it.
Yes, he did. He really believed it when he saw what happened to the head when Gerard died.
Well, you're back where you belong now, Quentin. That's all that matters.
I love you.
Daphne. Heavens, you're all right.
Yes, I found her upstairs in a locked room. Barnabas, what's wrong?
I had the most curious experience in that room in the East Wing.
You mean you saw something in parallel time?
Yes. Yes, and it made me realize something that I always known, but never admitted.
What are you talking about?
Someone I love. I must go to her and tell her. Bertrand, I must talk to you.
What is it, Mr. Collins?
I want to discuss my wife's case with you.
Oh, there's nothing to discuss.
Oh, but there is. If it hadn't been for her, 2 innocent men would have died tonight.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And she came here at great sacrifice to herself. And as for her past...
Well, Mr. Collins, it's too late for you to plead your wife's case.
What do you mean?
She left here 20 minutes ago.
Left?
Yes, she was questioned at length by the full tribunal and then released.
And she's free?
Yes, she's free.
Is there something wrong?
No. Everything's beautiful. Listen to this. Dear Quentin, I've done you a great injustice with regard to Tad. Whatever else went wrong between us, it didn't involve Tad. I lied to you. He is your son. For Tad's sake, you must know the truth. Samantha. Come on, the carriage is waiting. Oh, Barnabas, I'm glad you got back before we left.
Where are you going?
Well, we're going to Boston to pick up Tad, and then,
We're going to be married there.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Are you wondering where Valerie is?
You've seen her.
Yes. She's in the drawing room.
I'll go to her.
Goodbye, Bob.
Goodbye, Dad.
God bless you.
Angelique,
Barnes.
I know now. I know how I feel.
The judges refuse to hold you, but I am not afraid of you. Die, witch!
No!